Hi babes, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I hope all is well with everyone that means me well. This is going to be a different message. This is actually going to be a sense of a moment of truth and encouragement to whomever comes across this video. Please like, comment, and or subscribe. Let me know if the message did resonate with you or for you in any way. So I've actually been taking my time to get this message out. I have been constantly and consistently nudged to speak my truth and to own my truth and to also follow what Spirit and the Most High is wanting me and needing me to do, which is tell my story, speak my truths, and open up more. So that is exactly what I'm going to start doing. I have to do it. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to be the victim. I'm not trying to play the victim card. I am not trying to come off as this battered and bruised person, but a lot of the things that were done towards me, said about me, and that I've been through, I should have never undergone or been through that. However, I'm here and I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to speak about it so that I can help other people survive and overcome different things that they could be going through in this moment or whenever they come across this video. So the main overall energy right now is to overcome the burdens of your family members and or your friends or so-called family members and friends. Spirit is saying that you need to let go of your family and your friends in order to grow. Stop giving them your energy. They are holding you back. How you know this is if, for example, if you have dreams, plans, and aspirations, and you mention it to someone, and it seems like every time you mention it to someone, even if it's just one individual, a particular person or set of people, that plan or that goal never goes as planned. You find yourself running into all kinds of bumps in the road and obstacles and delays. You find yourself becoming overwhelmed and you find yourself wanting to give up easily, or just from, experiencing so many different things that it seem to be keeping you from being able to be prosperous in your life or in your endeavors. Or you get an exciting opportunity, whether it's a job or or whatever. You obtained a certification, or you graduated, or you've done something positive to bring or push you forward into a successful aspect or time in your life. And these people don't clap for you, or they aren't happy for you, or you experience some sort of envy. I'm speaking for the people who you've experienced friends and family that hide jealousy and jokes, where they constantly belittle you or make fun of you or try to make you feel some type of way, and they criticize you, and it's in a jokey way or manner, but you know for a fact that the things that they're saying, maybe you don't notice in that moment, but be aware of these types of people. I'm ready to tell my story. I'm ready to release some things, to get some things off my chest. I'm ready to clear the air. I'm ready to speak up. And I hope that with me speaking my truths and telling my story, this is going to absolutely help several people. If not, just one is fine with me. I am not perfect in any way, shape, or form. And I am also going to tell different sides of my story, that I was actually wrong for the things that I may have said or have done in the past. But right now we're talking about family members. There are witches and warlocks in my family. I didn't even know it at the time. But yes. And and it's funny because as I actually speak about and talk and tell my story about different situations, different memories tend to come back to my mind's eye, to my mind. So a long time ago, I'm going to refer to this person as my mom. Even though I have had so many things that have attested to this person not even being that. She actually told me a long time ago, really long time ago, when we were living together. I can't remember if it was at the 2-bedroom 5E or if it was at the 4-bedroom, I believe that was 2D. However, I remember her telling me that she actually went through, at the time, I didn't know it was an actual spiritual attack. But I believe she was definitely under spiritual attack. She told me that somebody had gone to the graveyard and somebody was playing in graveyard dirt or tried to bury something in the graveyard or was speaking different things in the graveyard. Now, I don't remember who. I don't even remember as to whether or not she actually told me who this person actually was. But that just came to me in the midst of starting out this reading, well, this story, this conversation, which is crazy because I'll touch more on different things like that in later on, but I try to leave it up to other people to, talk about their own story and their own, what they've been through. And I'm not trying to put anybody's business out there, but because that came to my thought, I just wanted to share that. Nothing but truth will be spoken. I will not be telling any lies. I've been beyond that phase in my life, even if it's just a little white lie. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I've overcome that a very long time ago. Very long time ago. So here we are. There are witches and warlocks in my family, men and women. Now, everybody does not necessarily practice using candles and, things like that, but the things that they utter, the things that they say, the gossip, the you know what I mean? Like I have this one aunt in particular that my cousins would remind me of, that anytime she spoke and or pointed her finger, it was almost if she was casting a spell, because it a lot of times would some way somehow come true. These are kitchen witches. These are women that when they're making your food, when they're cooking different meals, they know how to use certain ingredients or speak certain things or think certain things while cooking your food to try to hurt you. I will never forget this one particular family member. I'm going to get more in depth with it soon. I ate food from this particular family member, and I got sick and started throwing up. This was just a couple years ago. And I had some terrible dreams about this person. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, and I vowed from that moment to never consume anything that this person cooked ever again. You would be surprised how many people that are in your life currently that secretively despise you. You could have less than them. You could be in a position where you really don't even have much, or you mind your business, or you don't reach out to people, you don't beg people, you don't go out of your way to put other people down and to keep gossip going. I still know things right now to this day that cousins and uncles and whomever have told me about another family member of mine that I never opened my mouth to utter, to repeat to anyone. Not even my significant other, not even a partner I was dealing with at the time. I kept it all in to myself. But I've learned that they don't even appreciate and value that. Those same people who talked about those other people to me, I'm sure they talked about me like a dog to those same people or others. You could be the type of person where you have a kind, genuine, loving, and forgiving heart. The type of person that you forgive people so freaking much to the point where it's like, bro, when you forgive people too many times where they play with you, they will literally never change. They will always be who they are because you keep allowing them to be the way that they are. They keep expecting them, I allow people to say all kind of different things to me and to put me down, to make me feel bad, to make me feel less than, and do different things to make me feel unwanted, to make me feel low. And I continuously forgave them and allowed them back into my life, or I would still go into these people's homes and spend time with them and, and share energy, my beautiful, amazing, healing energy with them, all while they envied me the entire time. Now, I'm not saying that I wasn't wrong for some of the things that I have said or I have done, but that didn't happen very often, of where I would do things and say things only when I felt like it needed to be said or it needed to have been done. I am the type of person where I may have jumped to conclusions before and thought something that wasn't true or wasn't necessarily right. And I've absolutely apologized to those people or that person for what I've said or what I've done to them. However, these are people that consistently did things and said things to me that I know for a fact, bro, I don't deserve that. Like, I don't, you really, and then they would come back and then they would not even apologize after saying or doing what they did, and then try to, allow some time to pass, and then think that just because, they come around and they spark up a conversation, or they text me or they call me, that was supposed to be the apology. And I was just supposed to just allow them back into my life. And I used to do it. I used to just let them right on back in, start up a conversation, welcome them back in, whatever. And they never even apologized to me. Not even the fact that apology would even suffice for some of the things that they were saying they would do to me. But I'm just saying, people like that. I am talking about karmic family members, weirdos. So there's a particular wicked warlock in my family. If you don't know, a warlock is a male magician, a male who practices witchcraft, spell work, rituals within divination or spirituality. It's the opposite of a female witch. So this is a man or multiple men in my family that have carried these envious, jealous spirits within them. Very evil, envious, jealous spirited. I'm talking about with just jokey, just say some of the stupidest stuff. Like just, like you ugly. Like, just weird stuff, just weird, just to the point where like other people around us would notice and be like, why would you say that to her? Like, why would you want to say that to her? This is your family. You know what I mean? You calling your this, you know what I mean? The person that you related to ugly. You calling the person that you related to this and that, and you saying all these little weird, look, I used to let it pass. I used to let it I just used to not pay attention to it, but I was just used to it just used to be, I'm as I reflect on it and as I think about it and as it is brought back to my attention, I feel as if like, bro, I should have been cut these people out of my life so long ago, bro. I don't just call people ugly. I've never been the type of person to just tell my sisters or brothers or my nieces and nephews or my uncles or aunts or my cousins that they're ugly, that they're broke, or they're less than, or they don't have this and they don't have that, or to just blatantly just bring somebody down, or to just make them feel some type of way by the things that I'm saying to them. Bro, be careful of the hidden animosity, the hidden envy in these so-called friends and family members. You can be very loving and caring to people and show love in the best way that you can. And the one time that you don't show love or you don't give them what they want or what they feel as if they should have, you're stingy. You're all about yourself. You're self-centered. You only care about yourself. You don't give enough. Me coming around, being in your presence, us spending time together, reflecting on memories and good things, and us laughing and me making you laugh and me making you feel loved is a form of giving. That is a form of caring. And a lot of people don't notice that until you pull back and you just stop and you cut off all means of communication and ties with them. And then they have to sit back and reflect on all the times that you were loving and you were kind and you were giving. I am not perfect, bro. A lot of people in my family and my past friends, bro, they judged me and they were so mean to me, bro. Even growing up, even my siblings can attest to this. That when we were growing up, bro, we grew up around some of the most envious people, bro. In the neighborhood that we grew up in alone. These were supposed to be people that loved us. People that, you know what I mean, that showed us the most protection and unity and harmony and peace. Instead, we grew up with family members and friends that belittled us, that hurt us. You know what I mean? That just were very envious and jealous of us. But unfortunately, we kept hanging out with these people for a very large, vast majority of our childhood and adolescent years and adulthood. That we knew all along, bro, this dude right here, bro, this girl right here, bro, why would you want to fight me? Why would you want to put your hands on me? Why would you want to make me feel some type of way when other friends in the neighborhood or your other whoever comes around? I remember as a little girl that, not to get off topic, but as a little girl, I would have like birthday parties. My mom would, throw me like little birthday parties when she was able to come around and when she did come around. And I would just be surrounded by a bunch of jealous people, bro. Like, these people would literally come to my grandmother's home just the few times that it did happen. I'm thinking about one particular time in general where I was so little. I could have been maybe like between 4 and 7, maybe. And everybody was singing happy birthday to me. And everybody left me. Whomever showed up, everybody just left me. Nobody really cared to like hug me and show me love and like, you know what I mean? Really like, once the cake was cut or the ice cream and everything was served or whatever the case may be, everybody just left me. Nobody welcomed me. Nobody invited me to come outside and play. Nobody asked me that I want to, whatever. Like, I don't know why these memories are coming to my mind's eye, but I guess this is my way of speaking my truth and telling my story. And yeah, just stuff like that, bro. Like, like, I feel like the Most High Spirit has been showing me all my life. Spirit has been allowing these people to expose themselves as to who they truly were in my life and how they really and truly felt about me. And I ignored it for so long until I didn't. Which is sad. You know what I mean? Everybody has a story to tell, not just me. As long as it's the truth. You feel me? So maybe this will help someone to get over whatever they have been going through, whatever type of abuse or neglect or whatever that you've been going through throughout your lifetime. Back on topic. So these people, uncles, I'm talking about uncles and cousins and siblings, but in particular, grown people, when I was a child, when I was a teenager, when I have been an adult, older people that have been in my life in whatever phase of my life that may have been. Yes, no, I'm not saying these people haven't showed me love at one point or time frame in my life. Yes, a lot of them did. A lot of them did love me. A lot of them did show me a lot of love and gave to me and, did nice things for me. However, I'm not really sure as to why it stopped. I mean, I have an idea, of course, but nobody is, I'm not saying that it was their responsibility to keep doing for me, helping me, giving me things. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the energy was one way with these people, and then I grew up and I learned and I saw how their energy and their ways towards me shifted. Now, there's a particular warlock in my family that has been, or a witch, or both, that has been siphoning energy from me since I was a child. These people or this person knew exactly who I was or the energy that I possessed since I was a little girl. I'm talking about elementary school years. I have always been the type of person to mind my business. I don't make it my business to go out of my way to know anything about anyone or to speak of anyone unless it has something to do with me. Or if we're just in a conversation and I'm stating the obvious. However, these people have been in competition with me for so long, bro. Not everybody, just particular people that I didn't even care about, like to worry about, to be concerned with. When I was going through phases of, not having much, not having little to nothing at all, but surviving. Be aware of the people that are in your life that you have been warned about, that you have seen, whether in a dream or in reality, as to how they truly feel about you. Those same people could play a major role in heavy betrayals. These are the type of people who have been waiting to betray you, waiting to switch up on you and choose another person over you, not even knowing the full story or even asking for your side of the story. They are just waiting because in the back of their mind, they despise you anyway. They don't care about you anyway, as much as they trying to make you feel or make it seem. I have so many stories to tell. This is only the beginning. Be aware of the people that, mainly family members, that are secretly in competition with you, that are talking about you, that are ridiculing you, judging you, and putting you down, even though nobody is perfect. There is nobody on God's green earth that can sit there and say, I'm perfect. I don't have not a flaw on my background. I don't have not a flaw on anything that I've done out in my lifetime. These are people that will literally talk cash cold shit about you, but have no room to talk. Mind you, a lot of them have already reaped the karma, bro. They going through bad karma right now for a lot of the things that they've said and they've done. They've already gone through it last year, the year before last, whatever lifetime, whatever phase in their life. Trust me, they've gone through it. It not necessarily pertaining to me in general, but everybody reaps the karma that they've sown. So if you take anything from this message, it is to pay attention to the signs, pay attention to what they say, pay attention to how they make you feel, pay attention to when you do go around them or when you do come around them, what's being sung or what's being felt. That is your answer. Stop ignoring it and stop giving these people passes and stop. I mean, it's okay to forgive them, but that forgiveness does not mean allow them back into your life and allow them around you and in your presence and to conversate with them. However, cut these people off. Every single last one of them. Go down a list and evaluate everybody. Evaluate everything and every way that somebody has made you feel. And if it was outside of the parameters of how you made them feel, it's time to end it. It's time to dead it. And it's time to get rid of them. Cut all ties. Cut all cords. Physically and spiritually with these people. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this message did help. More to come.